Hello everybody, it's me Ray-Kon here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome. And today we shall be having some Cardfight Vanguard deck testing, but not deck testing, the Thrift Shop Challenge. Now, for the Thrift Shop Challenge, for those who are new, let us say the rules right now. So the Thrift Shop Challenge is very simple. It is, most of the support of the deck is only run by commons and rare cards. That's right, we're not able to use anything over the rare or double rare, with the exception of being triggers and over triggers and sentinels. Those are the only three exceptions to that rule. Now, since this week, YouTube actually won this time around, and thanks to YouTube made us choose Brandt Gate as our semi-final deck in order to choose, and it was Brandt Gate. And with Brandt Gate, we grab Arkhite. Now, this was a lot more difficult compared to other nations, simply because the whole identity of Brandt Gate initially was that whatever the deck is, it must have an order to work. So even though there's quite a few cards that are technically generic enough, none of them are fully generic because there's just extra cards clogging the nations with like set orders and stuff in order to operate. But thankfully, I managed to find something that I genuinely would like, because I was actually leaning into Elstra, but I genuinely not a big fan of how Welstra operates. But Arkhite is more of like how I would operate it, and the way she's able to operate is also works well within my budget limits, because the other option would have also been Eva, and Eva, sadly, in order to run her, I need to run the obscuits, and obscuits are not lower. But thankfully, Arkhite, that is the lady we'll be running. So in order to make this deck function as best as possible, we have to run a different set of orders that triggers that we use to run. Thanks to Arkhite, this particular Arkhite's Innocent Monster in Paradise Arkhite, we're able to do 2 more attacks in addition to our initial 3 attack lineup. In other words, what are we going to be doing? Our lineup of triggers is going to be focused on hitting with everything as much as possible. So in order to be able to make a big enough hand, having that emergency net, and being able to prompt our units to attack the most possible, we're using front. Obviously, early turn, we're gonna be losing a bit of strength here because of this types of orders, but it does make it so that when I pull a front, it's less risky needing to diversify my power. The other good thing that we are doing, though, is that we're adding Elder Breath. Elder Breath, well, is technically sort of really good when you pull it. It's very situation, but thankfully how we're playing Arkhite with like, well, Arkhite plays initially with like trying to do as much attack as possible. Elder Breath is pretty nice actually, especially for us, since our win con is basically pulling triggers and be able to just outrun our opponent as fast as possible. The only problem is that for our grade 1s, we don't have a lot of power. Sadly, there's not enough good grade 1 monsters that we can operate with. Although there is a very neat synergy with the way... Oh, neat. Mama, welcome. I thought I would hear Kaiju and Bargain in the exact same sentence. It's the deck that has the most bargains. I just don't know what to say, man. We got what we got. How are you? Hope you had a wonderful day. Literally, it was either this or Welstra, and I prefer Arkhite a lot more than Welstra, because Welstra genuinely looks like a pain in the neck to know which resource I'm able to pull up for whatever other resource. It's... Nah, I just didn't wanna. At least Weltra's a little bit more simpler. I still have to learn just like to be able to put the unit specifically because of the research order. Just activate the ability, search the monster that I want to add to hand, I want to drop, and then activate the ability to grab a monster and put it in the order zone. That's gonna be a bit of a problem trying to like gather them enough, but it should be good enough. Thankfully, deck is mostly finalized, so I don't have to be a lot of a problem here. No, you can't have a Godzilla, but we do get Zilla in the American. Is the whole thing is like, that's a big lizard attacking our city. That is very similar to another city that attacked our city, but we can't mention it because it's copyright strike. But it's really big. It's just like, but it's not the same. Sadly, the grade 3 monsters, at least the good ones that are plaguing the Arkhite deck, are sadly grade 2s and higher. Like, look. are double rares. So literally, I'm unable to take Rev Rares and also to take Gokatera, which kind of sucks. And the other monster that we do have is Bad Molder, but Bad Molder is basically just stun. It's basically just adding like a colony to the nation, so it's not as good. The other deck that I could have done is like El Gloma, but El Gloma looks so technical to be able to use that I was like, I'm not ready to put my brain power for this. What is the Vanguard's ability? Arkhite's whole synergy is being able to, one, be able to call cards from, is able to stack up the monster cards that are in my drop zone, put it into the order zone, and then when she's attacking, she's able to pick 2 of the monsters and call them into the front row. Call them into rearguard, separate rearguard circles, and not only that, when a monster is called by an ability, I'm able to send a copy of the monster that's in the order zone to the drop zone. So the entirety plan of the deck is being able to have both a good diversity of monsters in drop and in order zone, and then having enough of stacks of each one of them in order to be able to superior call enough. Because the whole strategy is basically, I call a monster, oh, I have an extra copy of that monster in the order zone, perfect. I can send it to drop so I can able to pick it up. And thankfully, her original orders, which is the Torrential Energy Research, does that. Lets me pick up monsters from the drop zone and put them into the order zone. So thanks to this one, and obviously Arkhite's own ability, we'll be able to do that a lot. Sadly, since we don't have any of the hard-hitting units that have extra abilities, we just have to be as creative as possible. So main strategy, we're going to be using Sentinel monsters because thanks to the ability order, if we see into one of these, we can probably pick one of them. It also helps us dex in a bit more and get some of the monsters out. Forvex is going to be very important to be able to generate shield and also be able to do a bit of power on the board because he can bounce himself. If I have a monster with Arkhite at the end of this unit boosted. We're going to be using Tecteon in order to be able to get more orders because sadly, with the way the deck is prepped, I'm only able to get 2 of the orders, which is good enough. But if I want to have like max ability to be able to just go through my monsters and be able to prep myself properly, I kind of want to do this. And also because I'm running multiple fronts, I want to see my triggers as much as possible in order to punch my opponent really, really hard. So he's going to help us with that. We also have Glossy, what's his name? Cyclogod, which also lets me pick up a monster from drop, put it into the order zone as well, and he also functions as an extra shield. We're gonna run Barrage because Barrage is. This is after we lost Destructing Roar from Dragon Empire. Barrage is actually kind of one of the best blitz orders in the game. Mostly because it lets us pick up 2 units from the drop, place them in the Guardian Circle, and then one of the shields get an extra 10k power. Mixing that with my units that already gain extra shield means there's a potential that this card alone makes a 30k shield. We're in full cycle through the deck mode. And one of our units that are going to be focused for attacking this is basically the best one. Relo Megara, he's going to be our draw generator for the deck. When he attacks, and I have a research in my order zone, gets 5k power. And about this unit attack, if I have an Arkhite Vanguard, and if I have an Arkhite Vanguard that's grade 3, I can retire this unit and draw a card. This is our draw generator, that, and our draw triggers. We don't have any other method to get draws, or the only other method to get skimming through our deck is using the order, but there's a finite ability of getting them. Other unit that can let us do a little bit more, getting cards from the drop into the order zone. Oh no, this one's for soul. That means we can probably put something to soul that can be used there. That's neat. Let me check. Has to be monster. Can't really mess with anything. Monster. So if we're talking about units that can go through the soul at least, because we are going to be having a pretty decent generator. Well, yeah, we're already going to be using Forvex, I guess. Yeah, Forvex should be nice enough. Because sadly, all other monsters are very high rarity, the good ones. We would love to have Wave Loss to get extra draw triggers. And then another that we would like to see is also Populate. No, this is for El Gamma. Let's see. It would be one of these ones because see. Oh, that's so good. I should try this next week. I'm so close to College Freedom. I can almost taste it. Ah, you and me, same man. I'm close to finishing my classes. Sadly, it is coming a bit to the wire because of how I'm in with my nature was like doing homeworks and stuff, it's a bit through the edge, but I'm able to get through. But hearing that this card's a monster, now I'm kind of curious to test it out next week. Next time, I'm going to do Arkhite, but like testing this full. Now, there's another card that we could have run. There are actually two cards, because there's also this unit called Desbol Gamma, that if I Energy Blast 5, I can shoot the grade 2, or, well, it could be useful. It mostly just to pick up an order if I have to discard it, but it's not going to be as great. But another one would be Rabbit Researcher. Rabbit Researcher is just an extra top 5 skim. Grab one to hand, and this unit gets 5k power. Sadly, he's not a monster, so he'd be, like, more dead in my deck. Which is sad, but then the breaks. Other monster that we could have is like this one, but he needs to be an on hit to do that. This one doesn't fit for the requirements of my challenge. This one needs Abyssal Dark Knight. And while this one can sort of work, because technically speaking, it's just basically a call and draw. The other ones do help out with my strategy a bit more to be able to get more power. So we're going to go through with this then. Meantime, I had to scream for a hot second. And there we go. Screen's back. Holy shit, the premium area is abandoned. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's not a lot of people this week. That's interesting. God, for college, I'm only down, like, I have 4 weeks left, I think. Yeah, about 4 weeks left. And I basically gave out my soul to the one class that was the most difficult one. So I feel really burnt out to doing the other classes, but I obviously had to go through in order to be able to just get through things. Okay, I'm going first since I don't really have any limitations. Like, have fun. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 big essays to work on, and I'm pretty much clear. I also have to do essays, but I'm also really behind homework. I really gotta sit down and get through that, quite literally. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, Persona Ray. That's not bad, actually. Also so tired. I don't know if I got the mental strength. Yeah, I get you. Ooh, Blackmire. Caterwall. Okay, that's interesting. Tundro. For discard target, this one's fine. I actually want to keep this in order to be able to do my shenanigans. Let's see. Shoots grade 2 or greater units. I can't use my set order, so... yeah, I have to sadly drop this one. Plays by writing from the short rest Arkhite. So your deck brought the 1 research. Really put your hand, shuffle your deck. That's right. So I'm able to grab my research here. Grab it out of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just had my first 2 big concert performances, and it was fun but tiring. Oh, I'd imagine they'll be able to do that. I hope that was amazing, though. Okay, let's see. We have a grade 1, so... call this here. Now look at top 5. This is reveal the top 5 first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 monster, another monster. Let's go. So 1 to drop, 1 to soul. Put 1 card from among them, put it into your hand, and put 1 card from among them. So this card goes to hand. This card goes to drop. No, not the rest, you idiots. Ah, for fuck's sake. Top. Top. They have to fix that. And then rest, I can grab one of the monsters there. And place it here. Turn end. Oh, God. I'm in an acapella group and requires so much voice. It's about to... oh, no. That's bad. But acapella, that's really cool, Momo. That's really cool. At least my family's not fully like musicians, but I do have a sister who is on our church choir. And then I have my grandmother who also functions as the part of the church choir, but she's also part of the choir for my country, my island, Puerto Rico, I think, in particular. Or a very popular, or at least well-known one in our island. I haven't got any of the discard flop. That's a bit. When this plays by writing from Monster Soul Searching Arkhite, your deck brought the 1 research, so I'm able to just, since I wrote it on top of the grade 1, I'm able to search for our 3rd copy. Deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've seen them. I'm back to what I was saying. I've seen my sister and my grandmother just do the things they had to do, and it is tiring them seeing them like work as hard as they are. Ooh, this is neat. Ooh, wait, I can get Tachyon in there. That's a good discard fodder. I could get another Persona, but I think I should... Let's see, for hand, I could throw this. This to hand, get a discard fodder for next turn. I do want to rush, though, so... This to hand, this to deck, this to deck, this to deck, this to drop. Then, ability, grab a monster from my drop, put it there. And then ability, grab a monster from my drop and put it there, just in case. Wait, why did I put it there? I'm just going to put it here. And then I don't have monsters to call upon, so... There we go. Swing. At our Archipelago concert, so I'm trying to maintain myself. Oh, is there right chant? Right chant, right chant, right chant. Damn, I can't really think of a right chant. That's very embarrassing. One of my favorite characters in the anime actually has one of the bangers, most banger right chant ever. And my favorite character is Naoki Ishida from the Limit Break era. God, that's the guy that really made me fall in love with Narukami and made it my main clan for the entirety of the G era and the Stride era and the V era. Like, he was the guy who really pushed me to like Narukami a lot. Although later in the V era, since Narukami was coming in late, I jumped between Royal Paladin, I jumped between Genesis, I also jumped between Mega Colony, which Mega Colony ended up being the one who in Paradise Monsters. Rise up. Ooh, that's nice. How about the one who flourishes in the Paradise of Monster? Rise up. Mine is Gold Paladin. Ooh, that's nice, Joe. 18k. I kind of want to see one counterblast. I don't need to see two. I can't guard with these cards, so I have to take... kind of want to block one of these. I don't have enough shield, though. If you have 2 or more research cards, I do have 2 or more. So I should be able to... Oh, yeah, this should be fun. Guard. 5k. There we go. Oh, these shields are good. These shields are good. They function fairly well. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that. I'm really proud. Okay, no guard. He'll trigger. Wasted, but it could work. Liberators. Ooh, that's nice. One of the things I was disappointed in with the Stride era was the Liberators didn't really get a lot of great support. Like, they got some neat things in the beginning, but like afterwards, it was kind of disappointing to see. It's just like, dude, what did you do to my boy? He was so cool. I was happy though they got Garmor back because, God, I love Garmor. That's my go. That's my go. All right, let's reveal 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, how's our monster pile looking? Monster pile is looking like we do have a copy of that. We get a copy of that. So we're grabbing a copy of this one to hand. Actually, no, this one to hand. We already have one that drops them. I also have Astro Poet deck. Oh, neat. Oh, you must be excited then for the one that's coming for... Should I add this to hand? I don't have enough monsters in my drop zone. I have one. I'm going to put another one there. Yeah, add this to hand. This to deck. This to deck. This to deck. And then to drop zone. Deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. As science grows, we shall conquer great beasts. Rise up, Arkhite. Ooh, that's another good one, Momo. Nice. Let's see. First off, we're going to be doing this in order to get back one of these from drops here. Then we're going to be doing, again, the effect to get another one from drop zone here. Not that we don't have a lot of triggers for this types of effect, but we should be fine. So, I'm going to be doing this, the one to call here. in order to be able to do this as much as possible. And then I'm going to be doing her Energy Blast 2. 1. Wait a minute. Choose the 2-3 cards monster when you drop them, put them into your order zone. Nah, I shouldn't be doing that. Okay. My favorite Vanguard chant is Welch's Blitz Arms. Ooh. I have a right chant for Majesty Lord Blaster. Oh, what's it for Majesty Lord Blaster? Show it to me. And for Welch as well. Hit me with it. Let's see. Don't have a copy of that, but I'll be able to call it next turn. So I should instead call this one here. And then when your real monster's placed, put a card to say card the unit from the order zone into drop, and that you get 10k power to the turn. Oh wait, so I can do that. Okay. So send this one to drop zone. This is when your reverse monster is gonna put. Take it till the end of turn. Wait, extra 10k. Then rest of the last one. So just shove it back in. And then battle. Choose a card for a monster from your drop and you may put it into soul. Don't have that your turn. If you have a greater Vanguard and yours on 2 or more resources, you can second power to the end of turn. So we'll be swinging. 2 sides of a soul becoming the light of hope and bears darkness. Right. Majesty Lord Blaster. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice one, Joe. 15k to the Vanguard. We're going to be rushing as much as possible. We can hit here. Attack this. Over trigger. Well, the turn's over. So I'm just swinging at the rear, I guess. And about this, you can attack of a greater archive, retire, draw a card. It's not even worth doing abilities anymore. I'm just going to be swinging. Damn, that sucked. No guard, twin drive. Raw trigger, power here, draw a card. Second check. Oh, but trigger. Okay, it could have been worth. Yes. Fate told me punch him in the face. He deserves it. Yes. Oh, that was sweet. Hey, you were right, Joe. You were right. The OT was there. The OT was literally there. It was telling me, kill that man. Sadly, regardless of what I did, even if I called anything, the most I would have done is just waste resources for me. Now with this, I do have an extra copy of Relum Gara there to call upon. We do have quite a few shields here. In my hand, I have a copy of Cyclo Gata. So I'll be able to do that. What I don't have is boosters. I'm kind of missing my boosters. I haven't seen them yet. Would love to see one of them appear. So again, monsters are a bit weird. Thankfully, obviously, if you have higher rarities, it's going to be a bit more tough. With my cold blade of steel, I shall draw blood of this freezing storm. I write blue Death Star. Vanguard. Ooh, that's nice. I believe in your deck. Your deck responds to your feeling. Sometimes my deck hates me, you know. I think my decks are just this, like, grabs me by the throat. Why are you running low rarity cards, you hassle? Like, all for it half the time was, like, working with me. And well, it didn't help that last week's chat was using some of the Twitch chat in particular. They have redeems, and one of the redeems is switch my card, is make me do one rule for 30 minutes, and they use that rule quite a bit. Let's see, with this, I should be able to guard this. God, the extra shields here are gold. BB. Oh, yes, yeah, you remember, yeah? You remember Momo, huh? Yeah? Those guys show you through self-good times. The problem is, now I have you bastards who just like, oh, wait, there's a redeem that says we could add a new rule. Well, that's neat. I don't want to be someone you don't want to be. Nah, it's funny. It was a funny time. They made me suffer like half an hour where I was told basically like, I can't put triggers on my Vanguard. And also I can't, oh, it sucked. I kind of need units to be able to call in order to be able to do stuff. My deck responds to that feeling of mine and to move forward to the future. And, oh, God, I wish my deck did that to me too. I wish my deck sometimes responded to me like that. Just told me, hey man, we got your back, instead of like, yeah man, we're gonna punch your throat, and like, what? Front trigger, let's go. Yeah. What do you mean he has double crit? No, thank you. Oh, wait, I can go big shield. Wait a minute. I could... This will be 30k, 30k. Okay, this is 33k, 33k, 43k, 43k. Oh, yeah, this works. I can literally just... Two different cards in the draw, call it the Guardian Circle. This baby, plus this baby, plus this baby. 43k, 48k. Sup? Dude, this deck is fire. When you put triggers on Vanguard and you had to always guard. That won't work this time because I have front triggers. Have to take it. Oh god, I want that guy. Why did they take my guy? I kind of want that guy. Don't have a lot of monsters in draw. That's neat. And a draw. And ow. I persona right. Wait, what was my right chant? I forgot, man. Flourishing flower that blooms in the land of monsters. I persona right. Arkhite. Innocent monster in paradise. Arkhite. Draw a card. Not the best card, but we take those. Then we're gonna hit Tenko. It wasted like 30 minutes, but it was 5 minutes. That was like 3 right chants formed. I'm joking. You got to move forward without no regards to losing towards to keep getting stronger with your deck. We'll do our best. I think my deck knows that I just build them like butt cheeks, so they're a bit angry with me. Call. I'm not activating the ability because instead we're gonna be doing this instead. We don't have the necessary monsters, so we're gonna be doing this to grab a copy of this and put it there, and then we're activating another one to grab another monster and shove it down there. Perfect. Your card bears care for the monsters play. Controlling them, it bears them as family. Each card treat them as family. Help the family. Family. It's all for the family. Sadly, I don't have anything to give it the power. I do wish the anime had more episodes that could show off more decks. Yeah, I wish they were like more the OG Vanguard, which is nice because now we're getting the OG Vanguard is getting running again. That's nice. Battle. Since I have a Vanguard and I have organized 2 more research, 5k power, 5k power. So we're doing that and swinging here to the Vanguard. He has a lot of hand, but we're gonna have multiple attacks, so it's gonna be working pretty good for us. And we'll be able to call 2, so we'll be able to have the draw and then call this one to be able to pick up some of the monsters we sent to drop. So now attack with him as well. Activate Twin Cast again. Perfect. That gets it 28k. Then attack, skill, counterblast 1. And then choose the 2 card monster card for you. So I'll be sending him there in order to be able to call. I'll be calling a copy of him and then a copy of him. And then this guy's ability, I'll be able to grab a monster from my drop, put it into the order zone, and then activate the ability of my Arkhite. I'll be grabbing a copy of this, send it to drop, get an extra 10k power, and then sending a copy of this to drop and get an extra 10k power. That's a PG, first check. No trigger, second check. No trigger. But we do get the great one. That's very neat. I remember when Vanguard Richer was released and I was like, oh man, what is it going to show up in the anime? God, yeah, it happens. You have to treat your deck as family to love you. Have you ever looked at the artwork of Arkhite? Arkhite, it's just that these decks I'm doing it for the challenge. It's not really like these cards or like the best deck ever. This is my main deck. I do like Arkhite, how her gameplay operates, but she's not like my main Vanguard or anything. If I were to say what she is, she would be like my favorite deck in this nation, but I don't use this nation a lot, so to speak. So saying like I have a lot of sentimental value with Arkhite would be a lie, because I never even mained her ever. This is like the first time I've heard. If you're a kid, notice how you use for a kid the monster. If you like to see me suffer, that's just me. Fuck it. I'm reading my own message. I'm ride or die avant-garde main. I am a, how would I say this? I have to play more Star Haja because I really like how he plays. I have to start playing a bit more. What's the other? Alfard, because I like how he plays. He may be a jank blue robo, but he's my jank blue robo. Exactly. We try to make these decks that we really, really like pop off as much as possible. I tend to try like grab as much of like when I play these types of like budgety, messy decks. It is what it is. Play from you and buys on his 10 and with the attack, choose if the cover you buy zone called to rear. Until skill. 2 more, choose the 1 card for that you get. And if you percent over this turn, choose the card from your damage zone and heal it. Oh, he gets to heal as well. That's nice. It's really cool. I really like Alfard. Something I do have been liking is that I've been liking really the Phantoma deck. The Phantoma decks really do give off a very Link Joker vibe. But obviously, thanks to Bushiroad having a few years, the decks are less clanky as how in comparison they've been used to. This is the guy that Restand gets a crit. Kind of have to get that. Get hit by this, and then block this with as much shield as possible. So take this, PG this, and yeah. Okay. Heal trigger as well. That works. That works well. Do you want the heal trigger gives you a 15k shield? Yep. I know that. I hate that they lowered the shield value for the heal trigger. That it kind of makes it worth like having it in your hand, you know? Like that's what made it like. And I mean, I sort of get it, like all the shield, all the triggers having like, well, except the draws, obviously, having the exact same amount of shield, but like, come on, just do me the solid. Send this one to drop so I can have that extra ability. Critical trigger, he's probably gonna give it to you. Oh, he's gonna make it. Yeah, that's smart. That's really smart. Now I'm in a sort of scenario here where I'm basically dead wherever I go. Yeah, I have to take one. GG, it happens. It happens. He got the crit. Arkhite. Thrift. Versus. It was Black Fant. It was a lot. It was a good game though. I kind of wish Bushi gave equal support deck instead of popular getting main support. It's the whole thing of like, if it's in the anime, it's obviously going to get more support. Yeah, and also that, but at this point, it's just that they've gone out of control with like how many ride lines they've made. I have a Sanctuary Guard Dragon Limit Break deck. Ooh, that's neat. Physical or digital? I understand profit, but man, can it feel when the decks you love rarely get cards? Have you ever used Jewel Beast cards in Cardfight Vanguard? I've tested out the Jewel Beasts. And when you mean I think you mean the Jeweled Knights, I think is what you mean. But I've used them before, but they're not really my style. Even in V format, where V format, they became really good. Like, really, really good. Like, quite literally, if you run, Jewel Knights is the engine you want to run. If you want to run an engine in Royal Paladins, they're that good. It's like, oh, I run a Superior Right deck. I run Soul Saber Dragon, perfect. Put Jewel Knights in that deck. Or if you want to run Jewel Knights deck, dude, that's perfect. You can run either Ashley, or you can run I forget the other one name, but like, God. I don't know why I thought of Crystal Beast from the, I also thought of Crystal Beast. Because I use Jeweled Beast, my mind's just like, the only beast I remember are the Crystal Beast, which was a janky-ass deck when that came out. Just like, this summons the Incredible Rainbow Dragon. That's a for sure way to dying. I don't care what it is. That card has no protection whatsoever. That's a hammer shot asking. You should use Shoujo Doji. I use Shoujo Doji. I've enjoyed him. But the problem with Shoujo Doji, I don't know. I just don't like his new iteration. I don't know why. It's more defensive, which is something I like. But for if you're not aware, Joe, I'm doing a challenge. Choose tips. The challenge is basically I use commons and rare cards with a deck from a nation that's selected by either my YouTube or my Twitter. I mean, and my Twitter chat or Blue Sky. They do a vote and they tell me which nation I use. And then depending on what I have in that nation, I'm basically able to construct a deck and then I construct a deck with those low rarity cards. These are nice, but not like fully. Think I'm just gonna drop one of these. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, that's not fine now. Dual Beast gives you Shield Topaz. There we go. I'll be going first. Got one. Okay, let's see if I can get it. First off, let's search our deck for one of the copies. Add it to hand. Deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, thanks to this ability, look top 5 cards to one set from among them. So let's see if we're able to get it. Sadly, no set order. That sucks. It is what it is, but that also means we do have a monster in drop. I think I'll just change them for something else in order to get like more decent monsters in here. Okay, now it appears, but not doesn't get what I want. So I'm just gonna grab these two then. Have a booster and have this guy out. Oh, I have to reveal everything. Yeah, I forget that. There we go. So this guy goes to... That one goes to drop because this one goes to hand. To bottom. To bottom. To bottom. And then this goes to drop. And then deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But Bruce and Bastion get new forms. That world may never know. They better give my Bruce new form I got. I'm thinking of the card that matches your nation in the comics. If you're talking about like in terms of playstyle, of like what is the most nation that can compare, it depends really. Because in Brandt Gate, my recommendation will be to use Edelforma, which is the bat promo Vanguard. But I really didn't want to use them. So I was just like, can I use Arkhite? And Arkhite was like, oh yeah, Arkhite looks actually decent enough, especially the smiling in the last version of Arkhite that we got. It looked pretty good. The nations I've already done are Dragon Empire. I kind of did everything. I even Lyrical Monastery. The Lyrical Monastery worked fairly fun. It's been 3 whole seasons that Bruce and Bastion had new forms. I don't think they need new forms. Although what I'm thinking is that in the next spot of the manga, we might be saying a Ratsaka. We might be seeing a new form of it. Watch out at a new grade 3. It's dangerous. It gives the crossover dress stand up again. I was very disappointed when they showed me that. I thought they were finally gonna give like they were showing off that card for a while. They were like, Juju's finally gonna get a new card, and I was just like, are they gonna do crossover just doing the battle phase finally? That would be so dope. Like, why do restands? Like, I thought you evolved. It's just like it's kind of but it doesn't have a lot of flavor. Like even the new Trickstar, it's just like the new Trickstar I don't mind because a lot of the other crossover dresses were already kind of good, and some of the overdresses were already really good. So like adding anything else was just like just extra stuff. Well, he hits. I actually like the old Maharva Arena card compared to the new Maharva Arena card. I like the new art, but I'm just disappointed at just how it ended up, man. It's just like there's no flavor to the card effect or something. I just look at it and I'm just like, this is just pain. They had such an opportunity to like make something that worked really good, but they were like, nah, let's not do that. Search my deck for another copy. At the hand. Deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then main phase. Activate. Then look at the top 5. Actually, no, that's not it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're sending this to hand. Actually, Persona Write It to hand would be a lot better. Persona to hand would actually be pretty sweet. Can I grab anything? Put one card from them to hand. Yep, I can grab anything. So grab this to hand, and then shove everything else to the drawer by a deck, and then shove the other one to drop. That would be the strat. And then to drop, and then deck shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, but they somehow keep making the second foil to Nirvana. Yep, Marina. Yep. The Nirvana bargain is the new grade 3. I'm aware. It's just like I'm very disappointed how it ended up. It doesn't have like a lot of the style it would have, or that I would expect from it. And then activate this to grab this guy, ship there. And then I don't have any monsters, so instead I'm just gonna call this guy here in order to do another attack. And then battle. So attack. I don't have a grade 3 Vanguard, so it's just gonna be this base. Ooh, we lost a Trickster. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's fair. But Nirvana's still Nirvana. Not as loud. Ooh, got PG still. That's nice. All right, that's nice. Okay, now I know that next time I look into, I'm just gonna get rid of the penguin and I'm just gonna add something else. The one problem is I don't have a lot of generation draws here, but I do have to be able to call things here. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of the penguin, add the 2 copies of Bulbamine in order to just make them a lot more efficient. And also so I can have more boosters, which is a problem with this deck. I don't have a lot of boosters. I have a total of 4 boosters that I want to see, but I don't see them. You have a whole bunch of cards in your hand for the grade 3 turn of theirs. Yeah, that's a general strategy that you usually try to do. But it generally depends on the deck. In decks like All-Fart for Dragon Empire for the Phantoma decks, you actually want to take damage. You at minimum want to take 3 damage to be able to function properly and then get a big payoff with the 4th. And also if you pull heals, which the decks even in budgets, it's able to skim off a few of their cards, you're a higher possibility of getting some heals, which is very nice. Sadly, in this situation, they were able to pull the OT, so it was a lot more difficult situation. He already activated the ability here. Do that. If they get a trigger over here to push, it's gonna be... Yeah, it doesn't matter. No card, I'll take it. Oh, that was fine, at least. Oh, man, I wanted that card. I lost 2 of them already. Damn it. Okay, I'll guard with this guy. At least he functions as an extra 5k shield. Oh, that sucks. Face against it is a powerful, so keep a bunch of cards in your hand. Yeah, I get the general strat of how to deal with this. I need... Okay, I have to throw a Bulbamine then, because the other guy is just better. Ride, I don't get anything out of this, but I do get to do a lot more shenanigans here. Let's see. First off, let's do this here so I can grab a monster from my drop. Shove it there. Hopefully I can get another copy of him. And then activate this to grab the Bulbamine from drop and add it there. And now if I look here, I have 1 of each of my monsters, but I don't have anything for an extra copy. I have a copy here though. So basically it all is up to this, where I activate the new one. Wait, this is it. And then thanks to this guy's ability, look at the top 5 cards of my deck for a monster. Ooh, baby, yes. So 1 to hand, 1 to drop. Reveal everything. Nice thing of the order is it also lets me grab Persona right if I really need it. So I'm going to grab 1 of this to hand. Send this to deck. Send this to deck. Send this to deck. And then send this to draw. And then deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to activate the last ability of this guy in order to grab a copy of this and put it here. So now I have a total of... Let me check. I have 2 copies of him, and I got 2 copies, a copy of this guy there. So I'm just gonna call this guy here. When he attacks, he gets an extra 5k by base, and then call this guy here. So battle. First off, when he attacks, I'm gonna attack the rear guard here. Gonna get rid of that trick star. Then attack the Vanguard with this. When he attacks a grade 3 grader, no. Minus 5k. 5k power. I have grade 3 greater Vanguard or Arkhite. Yeah, it's just that. Then retires. Gets a draw. And then Vanguard attack skill. Counterblast 1. And then grab a unit from here. Send this here. So then I'm gonna superior call this guy here. And then call this guy here. And then thanks to Arkhite's ability, send this to draw, gets an extra 5k power. And then I don't need to do the soul. I'm actually going to grab these cards later. So that's a 13k to the opposing Vanguard. And this guy gets an extra 5. 2 to pass. Okay. No trigger. No trigger. That's fine. I got the PG extra. Then we attack with this. Doesn't get this extra 5k power, but what about this unit boost? If I mark my Vanguard, I can Soul Blast, return this to hand. So, no, doesn't get an extra 5k, but we do get to do a bit of pressure. Then, thanks to this guy's ability, Soul Blast 1, so I can just grab whatever, throw it away. So this one technically counts as a monster. Goes to hand. And then this guy attacks. The 25k to the opposing Vanguard. Yes. There we go. We managed to push a bit. Oh, right. I forgot that this guy dies and I get a draw. Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all. This is a neat thing that Arkhite can also, if we have too many monsters in a drop because we have to guard with a lot of monsters, then she can also just pick up just more monsters from drop and throw them in there. Hopefully we get more monsters, generic monster support. We did get a new one, which is a double word, which is the new Persona Shield ticket thing, which is like fairly nice. And we got some synergy there. I set it for when the movie comes out in October. I hate that we have to wait so long though. Like, I'm quite sure the reason they're doing this is because they already announced that next year we're going to be getting the new anime. So we're going to get the new technical era of the format. So it's going to be slightly annoying that we're going to have to wait like half a year to get there. But it's fine, I guess. They're going to be doing movie format. That's going to be interesting. But it is kind of annoying that they're pushing that. And one thing I'm hopeful is that they go back to the whole... I know this is very hopeful and probably won't happen, but I hope that we go back to the storyboarding of the OG Vanguard, because that storyboarding of like teaching actually how to play the game, it was very important of like getting kids into Vanguard. And also, I hope that when they're doing this new era, they're also able to... You know how when we started the Stride era? When we started the Stride era, like, while Stride's power creeped a few decks, obviously Stride decks, it also sort of made it so that everybody played around the same level. Even though, obviously, there were certain decks that were a bit stronger. Oh, speaking of the Nirvana, yeah, I should have known they got this one. So, last 2, yeah. Wait, did they retire? When this goes to no, the other one. Ah, okay, fair. Yeah, I was about to ask, you know. When they started the Stride era made it so that even though we still had Legion format limit break decks, the meta felt like sort of balanced because Strides were all kind of generic and stuff. But I hope they do that because the power level that we're dealing right now is too strong, too fast, too high number. Like, how do you explain like trying to get somebody in the game right now? Unless you literally, we can't introduce anybody looking at them normally of like how the game plays, because it's kind of whack like how numbers go crazy like that. I do remember, even though I never played the actual card game, I still understood the format was weirdly balanced. Yep. Like in Strata, it was weirdly balanced. Like everything sort of like, we're all stuck to Stride. So we all sadly have to wait till grade 3. And there's just like no way of like making this, like getting through with it. The best thing you can do is just like limit break if you could, but a lot of times you don't limit break that fast. And Legion, you also still have to wait till grade 3 turns. So you have to be like, do I Stride or do I Legion? Or if I have the damage, do I limit break? Because the effect's way better than my Stride, but the Stride gives me a triple drive. Like, started off, I think, a tame first season, but then it started becoming really overloaded. Yep. After the second season, there was obviously a notice that certain decks were having like way better cards, and in third season, everything just went out of control. Like, thankfully, older decks were getting representation because they were getting like retrains or like revivals of their older Striders. But like, it was kind of whack. You gotta admit, it was kind of insane how things were operating there. I can keep this here because I kind of need a unit to guard here. I don't have a lot of guarding. So, though I do want to guard. I think the right move would be no. I'd be losing him. I don't have a lot of units to call afterwards here, which is a problem. So I have to, yeah, I have to guard like this with the trigger then. Front, shove to soul. Yeah, I have to do that. Certainly when the King, the Fate, and Destiny was shown, when we saw it was a major jump. Yep. When we got the Destined Kings and the Fated Kings, things went completely out of control. Things were already spiraling out of control with the end of the Diera, of the initial Diera. But like the extra things, just like it did not help it at all. Like things were spiraling way out of control. 23k and then guard and then guard. Blitz order for the win, baby. I think those cards main because they cause a lot of such a power jump. Yeah. Critical trigger, probably get the Vanguard, but he's gonna stand everybody again. Is this until the end of that battle? It's not a once per turn though, so he's able to do it again. How's his original dress? He does have an original dress, so okay. At this point, I kind of start getting over triggers that pass, because as much as it's annoying at times, I still find them annoying because they do feel like they do take games. 39k. Your guard was 33k. All right. Heal trigger, baby. I get a unit back. Give me that grade 1, baby. I still live, good sir, and I'm at 4 damage. 23k, and he's able to restand all his guys. And then this guy gets all your talisman, prayer dragon, rear guard. If you unify more vision, remove all markers. Triple drive, that will be a perfect guard for me, good sir. This is basically, I gotta hope that there's no more crits. If he gets another crit, I'm gonna die here. Literally gonna die if he gets another crit. Oh no. Well, that sucks. Actually, wait a minute. No, I still have a... No, I can still live. I can still live. I can still live. The OT actually coming in clutch here. Sadly, gonna have to throw this guy out in order to be able to survive. Thankfully, the OT saves lives. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Stand and draw. Persona, give me a unit to call, please. Technically a unit. I did ask for a unit. Not what I needed, though. I'm not going to be needing to grab as many monsters as I think I would. So I'm going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and draw a card. Oh, not what I wanted, man. I needed a monster. Somehow became the equalizer. Yep. Sadly, in order to be able to get full benefits here, I don't have a lot. I might have to do Arkhite abilities. So I'm going to do all these abilities and grab a monster from the drop zone. So I'm going to grab draw. I'm going to grab another draw. And then gonna grab shield. I have to call, what do I call? Choose the 2 cards from monster card. Actually, no, this one goes to, this one goes, this one goes. And then this one, which sadly I don't want, I'm actually gonna grab this one here. Damn, that really sucked. That did not work out in my favor at all. God, may we pull the crits to kill? I don't have crits. Oh, that's just the prayer. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, man, this kind of sucks. I really don't have anything else here to do. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be switching out some of my monster for a bit better ones. It is what it is, though. We're going to have to push for attacking Vanguard here. So attack here. Since I have 5k, extra 5k here. Yeah, try to get just more monsters here. 25k. If you guys got to the end of that battle, 28k. At the 5k, when did you may have got to reduce the Sugardies? 28k. How did it become 28k? Is it 28k? Says gets an extra shield. Guard with this. You're going to go all Nirvana. All your rear do talisman gets 5k power. Ah, wait. 5k. Oh, it's a 15k shield. Yeah, that'd do it. And then counter blast 1. Tiring this because I'm going to be calling. Wait, that's weird. Really weird. Oh yeah, that means I'm only have to call 1, so call this. They won't be getting the extra power, but I will be getting the extra draws, which are going to be very important. 23k to the opposing Vanguard. Sadly, did not get the cards I needed. Just gonna have to get general, which is more monsters in general. 43k. 2 triggers, please. 2 triggers. Nah, damn it. Heal trigger. I'll take it. I'll take it. At least I got one of the monsters I wanted out. Extra 5k to the Vanguard. Then I get a draw to this, which is fairly neat. Pretty excited for the new series New Year because that means at least a semi-fresh start. Yeah, I do wonder what are going to be doing about mechanics though, since we're still going to be in the D series. So we're just going to have to wonder, like, what are they going to do to buff D format? Like, what can they do without, like, blowing up the entire format again? Because right now we have a problem that Crest... Thankfully, the Crest decks are not as incredible as they are now because they got punched in the face in the ban list. Specifically a few ones. But, like, Crest decks are kind of a menace for an entire year they came out. Like, a literal year. And they were, like, complete and utter monsters, and they had a year and a half and they're just like murdering people left and right. Like, I'm very nervous because Crest was too successful, especially the likes of Shiranui. Shiranui was dominate was always a problem, and them bringing them back was I'm hoping the older cards to be used weren't shown in the anime weren't upgraded. I do hope that we finally get mentioned to some of the lore cards they've shown us, because there's quite a few cards they've shown us in the lore that have never been brought up and are just left in the lore. Like the old Chronojet, well, old man Chronojet question mark, because he also had Messiah, baby Messiah, Neon Messiah with him. And also the Overlord that's basically Ash guarding the blaster blade. Like they have opportunity to explore shit like that. Like they're standing on lore they could use for the anime. Like maybe like a bad plot where somebody's trying to grab the blaster blade. Like, is there a reason Overlord in particular is guarding the blaster blade? Like, is there an enemy trying to take the blaster blade's power? Because the blaster blade was actually pretty important sword, you know. It actually had some importance. $28K. I can guard that with this and this here. Beep beep. I actually hoped in Stride they would actually go to Planet Gray. That is. Oh wait, I can just guard here. Drew, go to... Yeah, I should genuinely just have a unit that can just take advantage of my soul. I have too much soul to work with. Restand. Triple drive, 31K. He restored everything. But everything else, new attack to the... Everything else is just gonna be a lot more easier to guard with. This is annoying. This gets 10K power, 25. Thinking. When the unit builder, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times, that hasn't been done. So best I could do is 33k, 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 23k, and that's a 43k shield. That is a 2 to pass. If they pull the front and an extra trigger, I'm fucked. Critical trigger. Now they have to commit to something. All to Vanguard. Come on. Oh, yes. Yes. Survival, baby. Guard. Oh, that was... If he pulled the trigger there after the crafter committed, I would have been stumbling. I had enough just to grab more resource. Draw. Thank you. That gave me a good unit. That's not what I wanted. Damn it. Come on, give me a unit. Give me a unit. Another try. Technically speaking, it is. Another. Thank God. Okay. We got things we can work with. So I have a copy. So I'm able to just do this. Activate the ability to grab this. Throw it out. Gets an extra 10k power. And then thanks to his ability, I can shove this lad out. Sadly, in order to be able to get something else to call, it's gonna be really difficult. This sucks. Let's see, what do we got here? Obviously, activate the ability of these 3 to start grabbing monsters from the drop zone. Let's see, I don't have an extra copy of him out. So basically, I gotta grab an extra copy of this one out. Grab an extra copy of this one. And then I have 2 of them in. 2 of him, 2 of the other guy. And then grab this guy, I guess. There we go. Oh, wait. No. This could work. I'm having an epiphany here. Wait. This could work, actually. Sadly, I don't have anything else. I kind of have to commit here to be able to kill, though. So I'm going to commit here. Call. And then get this over the 5k threshold. So 15k to the Vanguard. Like how Bakugan, when they started playing in the new Vestroya. Yeah. That actually would be interesting. I mean, they did that in the manga, so I don't think they're gonna be doing that anytime soon, though. They already did that in the manga. In the manga, they already had the plot where basically the card fighters were going into Cray and interacting with the units and also fighting, basically, with the units, basically. That's it. So it's just like, I don't think they're gonna be reusing that. Goes to 5, and then Vanguard attacks, then skill cannon +1. I'll be throwing these 2 out because I'm gonna be calling him, and then be calling him. Then this guy's ability, I'll be grabbing a copy of him from there, throw it in there, and then this lady's ability. Wait, she's getting the booster, and I'll be soul blasting him. And him, so that these 2 units get a total of 10k extra power boost. There we go. Or at least I kind of want to go back to being less magic and world types. It always is gonna be jumping back into the magic stuff. That's just how Vanguard is, and that's just like how card game and like game like anime, toy like animes operate. So like you're always gonna get that too. Give me a front to something else. Ah, shit. Draw trigger. I'll have to take that. Give everything 30k. Still a pretty decent punish. 35k. Still not enough. So just do this. Then we're going to be swinging with... Attack with this. Gets extra 5k power in there. I gave my heart here. I know they could have guarded here, but like... Gets an extra. Yep, you need an extra 5k, buddy. There we go. Extra. Oh, yeah, gets an extra. Yep. Oh, right, because of the ability. Yeah, he did that correctly. I was a bit confused there. Because at least the Vanguard anime does do the thing that just like... Oh, right, this guy pops draw a card. Got an extra shield, but damn, I'm dying here. I did my best. I just need to do the modification and then just like... I just need to do the modification and being able to skim through my deck a bit more in order to get more monsters out. That should be the strategy. Sadly, there's not a lot of monsters that can do that. So most likely I'll have to do either add the monster that can do a draw discard, or add the monster or a monster that can use the Soul Blast for something else. The most I have is like there's a monster that can grab a unit send it from soul to draw. Oh wait, I could do that if I Persona Blast. Like the Fated Clash I like, but in the Overjudge with an AI possession stuff, I was like, when? That was actually kind of interesting because while it wasn't supposed 100% like, it was a combination of both Cray, but it was also them like doing like the Cardfight online thing. But I also sort of hated that because it just reminded me just like, oh yeah, you bastards never made Cardfight online, you pricks. It's like, why didn't you bring it? I wanted it so much. What do you mean we don't have Cardfight online? You just keep giving us Deer Days. Deer Days sucks. For story game, not bad. For anything else, it's just butt cheeks, man. God, I'm really dead here. Like, really, really dead. Best I got is like an extra shield here, extra shield here. It's the best I got. So most likely, I'll probably have to aim for the penguins. I kind of don't need it. Backlash I like, but in the Overdrive, when the... It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Oh yeah, I'm dead. I think I'm done. Just a thought. Like, look at this guy. This guy, the entirety of the time, has the ability to do the Soul Blast ability, but he doesn't do it because he genuinely forgets because it's not that relevant right now. Yeah, that's smart. Like, he didn't even do it. It's just like, he could have done it, but he forgot. Because the ability is just like, why would I care? Like, why? Why should I genuinely care? I decided to do this for you, but the price was not worth it. The price is not worth it, but not only that, it's not only the price, but also the fact that why is the DLC $10, dog? Like, if you want this to be mainstream, to be updated like every day, at least make it $5 for that. Jesus Christ, don't do that shit. Like, what do you mean you're charging $10 for DLC? And the DLC is late as hell. What do you mean I have to wait like 3 to 4 months to get a new DLC? Like, that is not normal. I would think that Gear Days 2 was actually a Battle Pass format instead of the... Yeah, that's understandable. Actually, a good thought process, but sadly, Bushiroad decided I'll be my own publisher. And then everything's gonna work out perfectly fine. These games are not selling well because the DLC is absolute freaking... I'll focus here. Okay, Thrift versus Nirvana, and it was a lot. Now let's go to deck editor. Let's look at our monsters. What do we got? New one with the new Persona Shield ticket is actually pretty decent, pretty nice. This is fairly nice of just having the extra shield just being deplorable here and there, but we just don't get that even back into the board. Well, I'm so not ready for the Vanguard Pal World collab. I don't know why we're doing that. Bushiroad, have you seen the new, like, the new promotion they did for, like, the new decks for like Brandt Gate for the Liels, where they got the text wrong. Like, how is that possible? Like, how, how did you fuck up that badly? Such a simple thing. Grab what they have in JP, translate it a little, put it out. How do you fuck it up? Like, explain to me. How do you fuck up that bad? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna just grab this. Okay, get rid of the penguins. Don't really use counterblast, so get rid of this. Or copies of this. It will be confused. Bougie has a gold mine of English player ready, but then they fumble the ball. Yep. Not even English players, just the entire world. Most of the world plays English. Like, other than the specific Asian countries where they also sell the game. It's like, most of the time, the English cards are what everybody's played. But for some reason, they keep fucking it up. Like, it's going out of style. Like, how are you able to do this? It's a talent for you, damn it. Like, oh my freaking god, Bushi, you are... The King of Fumble is your title. Kind of want to add an extra one of these. Do I missing anything in here in the deck? Probably not. Grab anything else then? Probably this guy, yeah. Yeah, probably this guy. Then reduce one of these. I still have elementary sanctitude. Then just add one of these extra just in case. Yeah, that'd be the way it. Actually, no. Yeah, just have one of these. Have two of these. Because it's not like I skimmed through my deck a lot. Even with the new cards I added. Save. Oh, wait. I could look at the orders. That could be the strat. They make the Japanese ballers as a flip, though. Yep. Let me look at orders then. Take away all the normal cards. And now we got all set orders and orders. Do we have regular orders that are pretty good? Normal order. Look at the top 5. Look at number of cards for your top of your deck with the number of set orders in your order zone. Choose a card from among them. Bind it face down, shuffle your deck. Add the... This just lets me look and pick one of them and add. Or I could have this one where it just does that. Because if I discarded that, there's still the possibility I just fumble in energy research. Nah, I think we're good here. I think having just the extra shields here and being able to skim like that should be fine for now. Save. Okay, Thrift, save. But then later we'll try to look at some of the normal orders and see what we can do with them. Energy Blast 2 wouldn't work. Well, it could work. I'm not really using Energy Blast a lot. I'll use Arkhites, but Arkhites is like very finicky. The top 2 cards, choose a card from among them, put into your hand, put the rest into your soul. Yeah, then at that point I could just add a copy of Midnight Recycle in your source, and that's fine. What else could I add? Is there anything other than normal orders that we can use here? Anything in the grade 3 though? We do have one. Choose one of your recast. When when this unit attacks the creature of your Vanguard, your opponent chooses 3 cards in their hand and reveals them. Not that great. It's gonna be for a jog. Nope. No, can't be used that. Can't use that. Can't use that. Wait. Order zones. That order. Rest creature effect gets 5 compared to the turn. Nah, not that great. I think my units are fine now. Hopefully I don't blow up here. Oh yeah, we do have somebody. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Shush, shush. Let's see whether they shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if this works. Oh right, I have water to drink. Still good. My opponent has left the game. They probably had stuff to do. That happened. That happened. Let's go try to duel the Riku. It worked. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 have been shuffled and 4 are back into it. Heads or tails? Era be. Hello? Yes? We're waiting. There. He shows tails. Got it. Other words, they choose. So I have fun and won. You too, good stuff. And now let's start drawing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of want to see all my monsters already. Got one of the researchers, so that's good. Throw this out. Throw this out. And 1, 2. All right, we got to see a few monsters in there. And we're dealing with Nirvana. People are trying to do Nirvana. That's neat. Something like egg. Got the reunion blaze painting. One thing I do feel kind of disappointed. They had a sort of blaze maiden engine. Why did they make the prayer dragons? They could have just added blaze maidens with like some rocking gear or something. They were like, no, let's make some new cards and not take advantage of blaze maidens. Like, guys, you guys wasted an opportunity there. Could have used the blaze man instead of making a new archetype, man. That sucks. Right, throw that, right. Get a draw to that. Then I can search my deck for a copy of the research order we need. Add to hand. New place for marking extra Arkhite. And then we call the research here, which lets me look at the top 5 cards of my deck. Choose. Actually, I have to reveal all of them, don't I? Ooh, we got Persona right out. That's really good. Wait, that works out here. Yeah, adding the extra monsters like actually worked out. So add this to hand, this to bottom, this to bottom, this to bottom, and this to drop. Deck shuffle. And then nothing else we can do here, so punch him in the face. Punch him in the face. We could have had a new Blaze Maiden theme deck, like the Varina Nirvana, but it's like it's its own thing. Yeah, because they had already the Blaze Monks and the Blaze Maiden. So it's just like, why don't you use them? You already had something there that was barely used because you needed to use the other cards in order to be able to make the deck work. So it was just like, you wasted my time by adding the other guys. It's like, why? It's like, well, then what's the point of the Blaze Maiden and Monks if you're not going to use them? 90% of the time, their support was like half lackluster, and only some of them were slightly useful. Like, dog, like, really? It was really disappointing them doing that because it didn't make sense. Play on tap. One untap. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Joe? AK, they're trying to hit me. Don't like that too much. The Nirvana deck is already makers with dragons and dresses. Yep. It's like they already have they already have Blaze Maidens and they were dressed. It's like make it so they have like some firearms or some shit. I don't know. Like it would have been cool. Yeah, no guard this lady. Hammer shook. Front trigger. You no way anything getting past here. Stand and draw. Let's see. We're dropping another monster here. Actually, never mind. Actually, yeah, we're dropping a monster here. Make this work. Right. Then this lets us search for another research. Add it to hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Untap. 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 What are you talking about? Untap. Untap. You mean a game called Untap? Do that. Look at the top 5 cards of my deck. Reveal. 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 We already got 2 monsters out of there. And we got one of them I really, really want. And another one we could just throw in there. So basically, this guy goes to my hand. Then this one goes to deck. 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 And then drop. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do like their Belly Dancer set, which was like a Blaze Man and Belly Dancer deck. Yeah, their whole thing is just like dancing and stuff and doing that shenanigans. It's really cute. Most likely they're going to be popping some of my guys, so let's see. I do have some monsters, so rest. Grab this here, shove it there. Then grab this, rest the other guard, grab this, shove it there. And then call this guy here to grab this guy here, shove it there. And then battle. Where most of the I have the booster. When the booster when units with over just say gets 5k power to the end of that battle. So I kind of want to get rid of him. Get rid of her. Do the website called Untap. You'd have to give me a second in order to finish the game. I can't really just give up, get out of here, and not do that. Maybe my opponent's sure I can check it. I'll check it for a second. All right, 10k there. That's a booster they're not gonna get. Thankfully, this doesn't really matter to me. I think they're just learning. Another blitz. That's a fine. I'm seeing Elementary Sanctitude. I do have a PG. And I do have... I only have one, though. I could probably intercept. Nah, I don't really want to intercept. I really want to keep my booster, my attacker there. Don't have a lot there. Let's see. Untap. Like does receive your browser online level. I get that, but since my main focus is mostly just trying to play like Cardfight Vanguard, it sadly isn't something that I would probably do. In order for me to play Untap and actually get more players into Vanguard, I would have to get more people to play it. Specifically in that format, when we have already 3 simulators working. And one of them recently got updated, which was the second one that was actually functional here. Cardfight Area that functioned the first. And then now we have Cardfight. It's not Cardfight Online. I keep forgetting the name. But we have 3 different Cardfight Vanguard simulators that are actually working. They're working functionally, and people are actually playing them and having a great time with them. So quite literally, there's no really real reason to play Untap unless I have specific people to play that have specifically Untap. Because the advantage of here is that I already have so many quality of life stuff. Like I have a crit here, 5k power increments, all the mechanics, equip gauges, mills, soul charges, it locks even. Like I feel for now holding cards as pieces of whatever what desired. Yeah, if Shad wants to make a challenge on 4, yeah, but that would be the majority of Shad. That's the problem. If I'm personally going to be testing out decks, I'm going to actually just go to the simulator that gets updated the fastest and makes it more seamless. Since Cardfight Area is the one that actually gets updated every week. Every week they get the new cards that get revealed and so on and so forth. Guard with this. Oh, this is a bit tough. Guard with this, and then shit, this is a bit tough. Yeah, really tough actually. I play with people around the world. Oh, that's cool, but I prefer area align. I prefer Cardfight Area, sadly. So I really don't want to do it. I'm sorry, just can't. Let's see. He's really rushing me, ain't he? Fuck. This kind of sucks. That's an extra 10k shield. So that's still a 1 to pass, so can't do nothing about that. Yeah, heal. Heal, let's go. It worked. Should have taken it. It's his knife. Because Cardfight Area all functions the same. I play with people online the entire world. Like, actually very functional simulator that I actually have pretty good time here. Yeah, I just can't just like ditch the simulator in order to like, okay, 21k. So now 30k and then guard and guard. I think this is a bit of excessive. Yeah. OT. Should save some of these for like other attacks. I can afford an extra damage, I guess, here. 20k is something I can guard here. Let's see. Blow the blitz. Let's see. Front. Yeah, that does it. One drive, then I'm gonna throw one of the... God, the blitz throwing it away kind of sucks, so... Gotta have to here, though. Honestly, Cardfight simulators have been cooking these past few years. Yep. Quite literally. 2 years past, we got Vanguard, and last year we got the other one that I forget the name, but, like... We actually got a fairly good amount of simulators here. God, losing units here kind of sucks. Yeah, I have to throw one of these out. Ride, don't get anything there. But thankfully, I drew another copy, so I'm able to look at the top 5. So hopefully, I get what I need. Oh, yes, we got exactly what we wanted. Let's go. Like, reveal everything else, but, like, I grabbed what I needed. Like, exactly the card I wanted. Add to hand. Rest the deck to deck to deck. And that's this to drop. Deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. That worked out way better than I thought. All right, let's check my area here. We have exactly what we need here. So let's see. I'm gonna do this in this order. I'm gonna do this so I can grab this here. Then I'm gonna be calling him here. Then activate her ability since it's not a once per turn, and then I can send this to drop to get an extra 10k power. So now it's gonna be swinging with 25k. Then call this guy here to grab that exact card I sent it there again, so I can have that attacker again if he does whiffs the triggers. And also, thanks to the ability of Our Lady, send this to drop. And then with the last 2 copies, 1, 2. And then we're gonna grab our second copy of him. Actually, not grab him. And instead, grab something else. Grab a copy of him. Him. And then him. So now it's a lot more, yeah, it's a lot more balanced. Also, this guy gets an extra 10k power. You want what? I won't force you or anything. You give a heads up. No, I'm gonna stay on online. I'm not gonna be jumping into another sim. It's just like it's a lot more comfortable for me to just be on area. I don't mind jumping into Vanguard and the other simulators, but jumping into a new one that doesn't have like a fully functioning like creating all the other systems, it's just not working. Honestly, I do think movie maybe make a break for Vanguard. They will either cook or fail. Yep. The plot threat was actually good, but kind of sucky. I don't know. It was a mix for me. Let's see. We'll be doing a 20k here. This is going to be 25k at least. Regardless, this guy is going to prompt them for needing for a trigger to guard both of these guys. $23k. Perfect. And 25k. Okay. They gotta be real confident to keep the cliffhanger for that long. Yep. It's a good cliffhanger, but like I was strict. I feel kind of cheated. I'm gonna be honest. 23k. You have to guard with something else. 28k. There we go. Then retire, draw a card. Not what I wanted, but attack with the Vanguard. Skill how to low. Counter +1. I'm gonna be sending to draw because we're going to be calling our buddies here, and we're going to be calling this guy here, and then this guy here, and then throwing away the copies there so that these guys get 10k. And then since I have that here, then thanks to this guy's ability, find the copy here. There we go. 13k to the Vanguard. They don't really have a reason to guard. They're mostly just blocking as much attacks as possible. Nothing. I haven't been getting my triggers to attack here. That's crazy. Attack. And then attack. Got 3 cards out. Turn end. Ah, this kind of sucks. This is going to be really difficult to be able to survive. Not surprised that our deck is not doing as great. As much as I'm having fun, like, actually playing Arkhite. I'm actually having a blast playing this. But, like, she just does not have a lot of sauce here. And I haven't been drawing the cards. She does not have a lot of draws. I like the cliffhanger. Oh, human control, but you had to find every reason for that plan. The villain had to work. Yep. The villain plan was actually not that bad because it actually makes sense. Since obviously Gabrielius never understood how the Red Moon functioned, how it came to work. He just took advantage of it. There was never established like who made it. And the Mazanori being there, doing what he's doing, and acting the way he does was kind of sus. Like it was genuinely fairly sus. But there was not, it was hinted on. It was a good hint, but like making it a movie instead of like making it like a 14 episode or like 15 episode thing. I'm still mad at them for like making like 20 collabs this year. The 20 collabs was like how many collabs are you just gonna make? Yeah, he's gonna get rid of the shield. That makes sense. Should have stayed with the Blitz order in hand. Yeah, that was gonna 100% save me. Because I look at all the shields I have. I have a ton of shields. The Blitz order would have actually been goated here. And damn, I do torrential energy research a bit too late. Yeah, he's trying to figure out like what's the order he's gonna be doing stuff, man. I'm betting right now Mazanori his deck. I want to find out in the rest of new series. The one thing is that I'm 100% sure Mazanori ain't gonna be doing nothing else at least. Because Mazanori right now is basically just sitting on the backseat, just waiting for like, oh yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to fight. That's all I'm doing here. Okay, the man or his deck will live like a roach. That's just how he is, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's Mazanori. Clever bastard will always survive anything. Nuclear explosion, Mazanori lived it. Mazanori getting crushed by the moon, he parried that shit. What you talking about? In the last minute when the moon was about to crush him, he made a hole into another dimension and just jumped in there. It's like, that's the level of bullshit Mazanori's sitting on, man. And a draw. Oh, we have an excess of energy, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're doing shit. That's only a once per turn, so might as well take advantage of that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna draw. Oh, nice. Then I'm gonna activate my final torrential energy research to get top 5 cards in my deck. Wait, that's not it. It's throw here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a PG, which is going to be instrumental to surviving next turn. But we also have this lat here. Play. Choose one of the one trigger units from your drop. Put it in the bottom deck. If it's a grade 3 or greater card, Spell Blast 3, draw a card. Sadly, we don't have a grade 3 card in here. Wait, do we? Wait, yes, we have a freaking Arkhite. So we can throw her back in. Okay. So, we're going to be throwing this out because I already have a copy in there. And then grab this to hand. So, this to hand. This to bottom. This to bottom. Actually, probably looking here. Yeah, that's fine. Bottom. Bottom. To drop. And then we're going to be doing our shenanigans here. Mazanori has become a Vanguard equivalent to Superman. The man can... No, he's not Superman. He's Batman. You think you finally got this freaking regular-ass human, but like, nah, man. He has like 5 more tricks up his sleeves. What are you talking about? This is Mazanori. This is Mazanori you're talking about. This man will live till... Death doesn't know what to do with him. Call this guy here. Then activate this. We're gonna be grabbing, how we're looking. Yeah, we have that, so I'm gonna grab a copy of his. Then I'm gonna rest to grab a copy of this. Actually, they're gonna pop that guy. So I should... I only have one grade 3. Well, wait, if I do one ability again and do the other one, he's gonna pop my intercept, at least one of them. So I have to call 2 intercepts here to make advantage of it. So instead, I could just aim for draws. Ooh, that's nice. So rest this to throw this guy here. And we're looking back. Need... Oh, this sets us up for next turn, though. It's kind of sweet there. Call this to call this. Yeah, that could work. Because I don't have an extra copy of him. So basically... 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, there's the 4th one. There we go. 4. That should do it. That should do it. We prepped ourselves. I'm predicting for the movie that they will do animation battles similar to... It's probably going to be that, honestly. Yeah, you're probably right. Call this guy here. Then call this guy here. Activate ability. So last one... Actually, no. When he plays, choose the one card without the trigger, other than a trigger. Then I Soul Blast. I Soul Blasted 1. So 2, 3, and I draw 1 card out of there. Oh, that's good. That's good. Won't be able to generate the soul, but then Energy Blasting 2. 1, 2. And then we're gonna be grabbing anything else in there. So actually, I keep forgetting the... Let's throw... Wait, that's not it. I forgot that thanks to her own ability, I can just throw one of these out for an extra 10k there. And then I can just grab... Yeah, that's really nice. Then I can just throw away other cards. Like this guy. And then a copy of this guy as well, just in case. And then we can do some pretty nice shenanigans here for battle. So we can swing with 28k here. Actually, 28k here. Yeah, 28k double. These two attack. Yeah, this is how we do it. Because I don't know if people want to watch a play explain their move for a whole hour. Yeah, that makes sense. If they're making for a more cinema audience, they gotta have to like cut through quite a few things in order to make it like a lot more easier to consume. I think I'm just gonna grab more copies of him. The extra attack is really nice. Ooh, wait, this could work. This could work. So I attack, activate her ability, counterblast 1. Oh wait, I also forgot the end of battle. So blast bounce. And end of turn, shove. Because we are calling this guy here. And then this guy here. And then this lady's ability, where I throw a copy of that guy there and that guy there to drop. So they get 10k power each. And then this guy's ability, I'll be grabbing this guy here. Mine, because thanks to that guy's ability, plus 5k to my Vanguard. And now this is a 28k. Ooh, that extra power is actually kind of important. I'm not gonna lie. Having extra 5k just like working like that all the time is fairly nice. Heal trigger. Have 2. have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8. Risking it all. Recover 1 damage. Draw trigger. Power to the Vanguard and draw 1 card. It goes through. Oh, yes. It's going to hit me. It breaks one of the movies announced, and I go, oh, yeah, we were left on a cliffhanger. It's gonna be fairly weird. Yeah, you're right. So now this is a 30k to the Vanguard. He probably has enough shields, I think, for the other cards, but I just think he just can. He was like, I'm comfortable with a 2 to pass. What's the worst that can happen? Cycle God, though. Freaking clutch ass card. I should add 4 more copies of that other guy. And freaking Secondo is actually functioning fairly well. The extra draw was really nice. Ended up being clutch. 33k extra 35k. Got it. And then this guy attacks and skill gets an extra 5k power. Has enough. Wait. You need an extra card, buddy. You need an extra card. Yes. Yes, Nirvana. This is the true path. One that asks for your sacrifice for your blood. How does it feel to suffer? Oh, this feels good. I'm not gonna lie. PG, yes. Serve now, I'm gonna leave these just friends. I'm slightly throwing bushy. If it's not implied they're not dating, I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna be real bushy. Is it gonna be you, me, in the freaking club? Let's go, bushy. Oof, we actually did amazing push, and we got Persona right for next turn, and we got a ton of shield. Problem is, we don't have Soul now. Like, Soul's now vacant, but we use Soul, and it... God, it was worth it. Those 2 gray ones are doing works. So one card that we are admitting that was fairly good was that other gray one. I think I have nearly all the copies in there. Not just the 2 copies. Muldrow is going to be able to help us with the Soul. But I think he's more like, we should do this early on to prep the Soul. Depends. I gotta build the strategy. Fighting Bushing the McDonald's. Because you're just like, dude, you don't understand. We've had 4 seasons and a movie. What do you mean they're just like, oh yeah, we're just like, we're gonna go our separate ways. It's like, no, date. Date, then go their separate ways. At the minimum, if they're gonna go their separate ways, they better have dated. They better have built a freaking relationship, because Jesus Christ, I'm tired of sitting down and waiting for Bucci to just give me what I want. Guard gets an extra 5k power. Then I do an extra 10k. I need this unit to guard with, so this guy here. I have 2 or more research. It gets an extra 5k shield. OT. Ah! Okay, then yeah, I'm getting this. Forgot that. He doesn't have that. This one's the one that actually gets the actual 10k when he attacks. If it's crossover state, and then put one of your original dress by your card name from your drop. Or he's not doing that. Oh, he didn't Persona right. Oh, I didn't notice that now. Jesus Christ. We're guarding here. Now, this is going to be functional now because it's giving me the soul I need for next turn. They keep teasing up with these ships, and I'm like, please, man, I can't take it. Dude, they already crushed me with the corn one. It's just like, dude, you do not have the right to do that again, me, sir, you prick. Give me what I want. Okay, PGing this. And then guarding with dropping this here, because I kind of need everything else. Heal trigger, that's fine. They can heal whatever. That's perfectly fine. How do I have gone through my deck more than you? Yeah. I'm just gonna flex on you the fact that you restood. So stand, draw, and then personal ride. Third time. Bro. Keep drawing my triggers. Why can't I pull you bastards? I mean, last turn. Okay, last game, you guys actually did me work. Okay, I'll admit that. Okay, so we're doing shenanigans here. First off, let's call this guy here. The IG cord made me so mad because they were literally one step away. Dude, yep, it was annoying as hell. Call, activating her ability. So blasting this is get Senkai power. Then we're gonna be grabbing this guy here and sending it there. Then checking my drop again. How are we doing here? Don't have the soul in order to do his ability, but we could do it to get the extra draw. Don't think we will, though. Oh, we do have the energy blast to grab, like, more cards, though. Okay, so we're doing this. To grab an extra copy of that bastard again, throw it there. Where is he? There he is. And then 1, 2, 3. And then we're grabbing that one there. Get more copies of the great one in the drop zone, because if we do, I'm throwing that in the board. We do have one. Grade 1, and then having the extra intercept there. Grabbing another card. I will give passes to Kamui, Enemy, and the other girl. Nagisa. And because that was an intentional shit that wouldn't sail. Yeah. Like, for all purposes, it's just like, Kamui wasn't into Nagisa. Nagisa was just too into Kamui. Emmy was oblivious to it all because she was the freaking anime protagonist. And quite literally an anime protagonist because later in the season, it was revealed that she became a protagonist for another season. Which, that was funny. Call this guy here. Call this lad here. Activate the ability of Our Lady in Ship. Which is grab a unit with that exact same name. Oh, wait, we don't have it. Okay, yeah, then just... Wait, this the hand. And then we're grabbing one of those bastards. Throw it in there. Grabbing one of these bastards. Throwing it in there. And then grabbing one of... Where is it? Anything else I could throw in there? Not really. Just grabbing whatever and just throw it into the board. Sending another copy of this. Oh yeah, I forget that this guy gets an extra 10k power because we will be sending a copy of his. And then we're doing this in order to get the actual increment here. Freaking planning here for this deck is freaking crazy. Oh, right, battle. 28k hits pretty good numbers. 38k is going to be hitting even better numbers. We could have it even better. They could have had, at the very least, given Aichi and Kai a love and for solidarity. It's like, give the Jawa shippers something. Like, come on, Bushi, come on. Could have at least done that in the minimum. Let's see. We're going to be doing 30k because I'm not sure how we're going to be doing this. I think we're going to be doing boosting. Actually, no, I think we're going to keep the boosting. Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to take one of these hits, so I'm just not going to bother. 23k, they still need to... Oh, that 33k, yeah, that does it. Then 28k there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I know you want to. 28k. Even he feels the desperation. 33k there. Yeah, think about it, think about it. 28k, there we go. All right, and then my Vanguard swings and then skill. Counterblast 1, we will be retiring him and retiring him in order to be calling our new lad. So now I'm gonna need an extra draw here. So I'm calling this stat here. And then I'm gonna be doing an extra boost. So I'm gonna call this guy here. And then thanks to my lady's ability, we'll be sending a copy of each of their cards out. In order for those units to get a 10k power. Vanguard gets -10, obviously. And then thanks to my rear guard's ability, we'll be grabbing a unit from drop. And then placing it back up there. So that's a 23k to your Vanguard. And that's a trigger wave to punch in the face. That functions fairly well. Also, another thing why I picked it up is just like 5 attacks with the deck is actually pretty nice. Obviously, getting the board is like life and death, but like, hey, we're getting there. That is a 2 to pass. No trigger. Draw trigger. We're going to be giving 30k. They have to have a trigger and an extra card. They showed they had a trigger there, so power here, draw a card. Oh, that's nice. So now 40k to their Vanguard. Extra card. And then the boost, attack here. Do that, then retire, draw a card. Then with the ability, Soul Blast 1 to hand. Turn it. Round of my personas. Actually, I do have one in the deck. I have one left because I returned one to the bottom of the deck. And I haven't looked through my deck yet. So technically there is one. It's just like probabilities of using it are kind of 0. Now we're going to be counting our triggers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12. In other words, we have a... Wait, no, we have one in so 13. So we got a total of 3 triggers in our deck of 8 cards. And it's not in the bottom. In other words... Wait. Don't tell me the draws would might kill me. I would be disappointed. This has happened to me before. Okay, we have no draws here. 1 draw in hand. 2, 3. One of them's a draw. Oh boy. Life and death genuinely here. They're trying to kill us with like whatever they can find. I thankfully have 2 PGs. But like shields are fairly limited, but also their units are fairly limited. Oh, he bounced that. Yeah, in order to do cross. So he has that back online. So he's got the restander back. Crossover is standby rank ability, but stand all of your talisman per dragon rear guards. And he has the one that has... Oh, the basic one. One drive. Kind of have to guard it like this. Guard and guard. 5k. Yeah, I just gotta do this. It's just how it is. 1. Critical trigger. Oh, that sucks. Ah, those were the bastards that... Ah, fuck's sake. Oh, this really sucks. Yeah, I'm no position anymore. Fuck, I guarded that fairly well and still lost that shit. Fuck. Genuinely don't have confidence here. He's gonna restand, then he's gonna have an extra attack here. Draw trigger, there we go. GG. It was a good game. God, but I was so close there. Okay, save replay. That was our Arkhite versus Virena Nirvana. That was another loss. Now, sort of had a pretty good idea of what to add here. But what do I take out? It's a problem because I want to have more copies of this. So throw this out, add 2. So I can have more copies of this so I can have them in rotation. Oh, 3 HS. Oh no, that was close match. That was really close. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I think we're going to be reducing Madros in order to have more copies of Trigens. And then do the same thing for Fervex. Reduce copies of him so I can have more copies of the Barrage. Barrage is really good. So now I have a pretty good supply of monsters that just do a bunch of shit. No. How do I have Barrage to have more defense? I was just really lucky that game, so I want to have the extra Barrages just to protect myself. And then we're going to have one more game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've been up against a lot of Irina. They're testing out the new decks. It's the new guy on the block, so it's understandable. It's understandable. I'm just not playing it because that Nirvana disappoints me, so I really don't want to play her. That Nirvana gives me depression. I don't want to play her. Send this out. Grab. Oh, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Then I'll be going first. Draw. Dropping the trigger kind of sucks. Kind of want to grab this. Have this guy bounce back to my field. This guy really works out a lot of my stuff. PG. That's fine. Okay. The new burbs, the new drip in town. Yep. Then, thanks to the ability, I can look through my deck, grab Geothermal. The hand, deck shuffle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go through here, then activate a Geothermal so I can look at. Actually, no, it's not that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 monsters have been added. So this one goes to hand. This one goes to bottom. And goes back. And then this one goes back. And then the guy I wanted goes to drop. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then turn end. Geothermal is so good for this deck. Jesus Christ. Ooh, they're using that deck cycle. It's Leal. Okay. It's doing that to get. Ooh, I love the sleeves. The Overlord sleeves of the old set Overlord are pretty good. Don't really want to take damage here, so I'm gonna be guarding this here. Yeah, that worked. And stand and draw. Discard target. Want to keep this, throw this. Beep up, beep up. Yeah, I want to keep this. So sadly, I'll have to drop my shields. Ride. Then I, thanks to that ability, I can grab another Geothermal. The hand, deck shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What deck is that? This is Leal that we're going to be dealing with right here and now. So most likely we're going to be seeing a lot of Leal shenanigans there. Call, then activate the ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Ooh, baby. I kind of need another copy, though. Getting the Persona ride won't matter right now. Kind of want these two. So I'm going to be sending this to drop. This to hand. This to deck. This to deck. And then this to deck. To get this to drop. And then deck shuffle. Then, as for units I want to see. Drop this guy here. Send a copy there. Basically, I'm betting on next turn being able to get another copy. Leal shouldn't have a booster thing, so we should be fine right now. Attack. Leal is whole shenanigan is multi-attacking by using the bind zone with the regress gauge, by using them in the regress gauges. She empowers herself and her divine skill is a multi-attack. So that will be interesting. Power. Oh yeah, that did not function at all, good sir. 28k. Take it. Or drop a trigger. There we go. Literally using the regress gauge to get as much units as possible. She does multi-attack, but if she gets enough units in the regress gauge, then she's able to get an extra turn, which she can calmly do with a second grade 2 turn. So as soon as they get to their grade 3 turn, in their second grade 3 turn, we are dealing with a regress gauge fully powered. I don't want to see that. They don't want to get me the multi-attack. So I'm gonna block that. What? Do they get it? They don't get it. There we go. Why does a Bastion in the meta? I'm really tempted to build it. Bastion? I haven't seen Bastion in a hot minute, so I can't really give like a proper opinion about the guy. Bastion's good. But, like, he just hasn't been appearing lately. Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, yeah, that's fine. So, sadly, I have to drop my boy here. So, I'm able to ride. Sag, but... Call. Activate the ability. Look at the top. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1. 2 monsters. 3. Oh, we're back. We're back, baby. Okay. So, we're going to be diversifying our monsters here. So now we're going to be sending this one to hand so we can have another booster. And then this one to... Actually, we want this to hand. Yeah, this one to drop and the other one as a booster. Okay, yeah. So send this one to hand. To bottom. Bottom. To bottom. And then drop. Okay. Bastion, I would say it's fun, but like all of it, you're just not supported a lot. Yeah, that's a problem. Bastion also only really needs like some generic grade 3 support, and then he'll be jumping up and just doing a lot better. But sadly, that has not been happening for my guy. My guy has been ignored a lot. Then I'm going to be doing ability of this. Grab a copy of this is what is yours only. Choose one of your vanguards, gets an Arkhite, and it gets 5 to your turn. Alright, then my vanguard gets an extra 5k power, so she's 18. And then resting this so I can get a copy of this out. And then I'm not gonna be sending anything else there because we're not gonna be getting multi-attack. So, battle. 5k. 10k, 10k. Yellow orders low, can't forget those. I heard that it was short so high in price. Nearly $100. Like, it's ridiculous what's happening there. Draw a card. Not what I want to see, but we'll take those. Then we'll be attacking with this. Attack the Vanguard. Guard, twin drive. One trigger, power to everybody. Another Arkhite, that's fine. And with a boost, 28k. Probably has enough to guard. But do you want 4 damage? That's the thing. I feel like 60 a pop instead of 90 a pop. That's still not good. You're paying literally 100 and you're paying $200 in order to get 60, 100. Yeah. No. Yeah, $200 in order to get the card. Just like, I still don't see, like, I don't want to pay $200 for a playset. $200 should be enough for me to buy a deck, man. Jesus, me and my wallet felt a heart attack from that price. Yeah, Jesus. That's why I'm not saying I don't want to do that. It's just Bushi has always done this to us, man. It's just like, oh yeah, promo cards. Are we getting promo cards in a very good distributable way? And also the people who are sellers who are probably just cutting you off and just doing whatever they want. Ah, consumed my juice. Then I can intercept with this. What does this do? 25k, do that. But they're so good. Yeah, they're really good. They're like the Dino Dragon's Garter. He's incredible, man. I'm telling you. Guard with this, gets an extra 5k power. Then I just have to guard with like a unit. Sadly, I kind of wait. Keep that instead. 28k shoves the soul. The front is working. The soul front is working. You can get like 10, 9.99, 20 nugs, 2 mid fries from McDonald's with that. Jesus Christ. Man's done the math. I have to take this. No guard. I need the damage. Over trigger. Second. Grabs a card from drop. Twin cast and a heal. Look at that hand. Jesus Christ. First check. Second check. Over trigger. Gajillion to Vanguard. Draw 1 card. So we both did it, huh? $33. He is slightly... Oh, quite above me. Jesus. Tired. And then hitting my Vanguard. A 13 to 120. Don't need the damage for anything else, so I really don't need it. So 28k, and then guarding with a drop. There we go. There we go. So we stando and then we draw. Okay, how are you? What grade 2 did he just use? Just added random distorted bane. Grade 2 that he used. Oh, you mean this one? The Urato Lial? Yeah. When this card is put in the bind zone, engage zone by the ability of grade 2 greater Vanguard with Lial and card name. If you're not looking at ability, as this card, look at the top of the card, choose the grade 3 card regardless, reveal it, put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. And then, oh, it probably has to do with this guy's ability. Put this card into your regress case. You may soul charge this, put this card in your... Yep. She just does that. And when it's gonna put in your regress case, draw a card, choose one of your Vanguards, gets 10k power to the end of the turn. Yeah, that she just does that. She's just built like that. It's just, oh man, what can I say? Disconnected? What? No! Oh, damn it. Yeah, I forget that sometimes Area does that if I play too long. Damn it. Damn it. We're just getting a match there. I had a good... I refixed the deck and everything. Oh, damn it. Okay. That's the match for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Tomorrow we're gonna have another Vanguard stream, but this time we're gonna be trying out the Nymph deck. Because the Nymph's got a card. Let me show you the card for a second. I'm happy we got the Fusion Liao. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by it. Yeah, it doesn't do much, but like, it can be used in both decks, so it's like, it's fine. Nah, yeah, it just happens, man. What can you do? What can you do? Tomorrow we're gonna be playing a Liao, where the Nymph deck. It's kind of lackluster, but they surprisingly enough gave us a card for them. Sorta. It's one of the bad cards. It's the Persona unit cards. I don't know why they keep making an emphasis. I understand trying to make a mechanic with the Persona, but like make it so it's tied to Persona, you know? Just don't make it like... let me show you. Generic grade 2 card with a Persona ability. Where are you? There we go. They made her a Nymph, so we have Nymph cards. So we're testing a Nymph tomorrow. I feel like the Inanimate just dumps on Draconis. Like, it doesn't do much on her at all, but more it helps Odium. Yeah, but it's meant to both support and, like, lore-wise, it's kind of neat. It's literally both arenas just looking at each other and being like, I'll tolerate you for the day. Perfect. If you want to think about it in the meta or, like, other anime logic, just think about, like, when Emiya from Fate in the Heavens Field gave his hand to Shiro. Basically, think of it like that. Just like, I'm going to cripple my deck. I'm going to make it so this card isn't as compatible with my decks just so you can play the game. How about that? That works for me. Plus, thanks to how the anime explained it, thanks to Gabrielius leaving the future arena, it made it so that arena cannot technically function or exist. So she lost her Draconis. So this is basically her cope in order to be able to do that. You're gonna make something that absolutely relies on Persona. It's gonna be both somewhat simple to access and very powerful when activated. Yep. Instead, we got this. Every Persona row, put this unit into your soul, choose one of your units in your opponent's rear guard, retire, bind it. There's no payoff if I fuck that up. And when this unit attacks the Vanguard, gets plus 5k part. Make it 10k. 10k. Jesus Christ, why did you make it a freaking... They could have made it to I gotta draw as well, but like, no, the NIF sucks. But I'm gonna play it tomorrow because I'm a masochist. This is what I do. That said, that is all for tonight. I really gotta try this with Dino Dragons. Like, there's no much point since it doesn't use really binds on my opponents, but it could be like a targeting a card and drop. It could function like that. Said, let us find somebody to raid today. Visit. Alright, this is why. So we press the magic button here to see who we're raiding. And is there anybody in Vanguard? Nobody in Vanguard. Such. Bro, my grade 1 booster can give me more power than that. Yep. Dude, like, literally, like, boosters with 5k power, understandable. That actually is kind of worth it. They actually make it so their numbers are way bigger. Usually our rear guards hit to 28Ks, those types of numbers. Then thanks to our booster, we can hit 43Ks. Like, it actually, the extra 5k just, like, really works. Lets our numbers go higher and higher. But, like, nah, man, it just sucks. Absolutely sucks. Let's see. We are gonna be hitting... What do we have here? What do you have here? What do we have here? Gonna be raiding Homeshan then. He's playing some Mega Mans? Good. Nobody for card games today. Nobody that I'm following at least. Haven't seen her in a while, so it's very neat. She usually plays a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I mean, I'm gonna be trying to like get more of my Vanguard stuff, or like make more Vanguard. I should make just more Vanguard card in general. Put like Yu-Gi-Oh next week. Oh well, it is what it is. Thank you for coming. We had a lot of fun. Tomorrow you'll be seeing stuff. We're trying to play Nymph. Oh god, we're gonna be seeing how that's gonna work out. Jesus Christ. With that said, thank you for coming. I'll see you guys. Konvicts. Bye bye. And then I disappear.
But that being said, it didn't trivialize the game by any means. Ray-Kon, welcome in, welcome. My Chibi, welcome in. Had a great stream. Welcome in.